Hello! Today I am going to show you how to maximize the earning potential of your artwork by creating mini collections. I'm super excited today to be doing something different. I've teamed up with some of my super talented art educator friends, Elizabeth Silver, Amaryllis Henderson, and Liz Kohler-Brown, and we're bringing you our favorite tips and tricks on creating collections for your portfolio of surface pattern designs or illustrations. Each of these industry professionals and myself are going to focus on one main tip each on how to create better and more marketable art collections. So stay tuned for one of my favorite tips, how to maximize your art by creating mini collections, and then hop onto their videos that we made so that you can get additional expert perspectives on this. If you don't know me and you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm Sandra Mejia. I'm a self-taught illustrator and surface pattern designer, and I create art for products, and I teach how to create whimsical art in Procreate and watercolors online. It's my job to create illustrations and patterns for companies to put on their products. So the way that I have found to make more money from my existing artwork and to make it more appealing to customers is to create mini collections. And what do I call mini collections? For me, a mini collection is a main illustration and two little simple coordinate patterns, like this one for example, or a main pattern with two other simple coordinate patterns. And why are mini collections so important? Why is a mini collection way better than just a standalone illustration? Let me explain it to you with an example. For example, in this case, if I just had this little turtle as an illustration and they loved it, they could use this, for example, for a t-shirt. But if I also have a coordinating pattern that goes with it, then they can amplify their product line and then they can make shorts, for example. And then they can make other products that use the other coordinating pattern. So this way, if you're licensing your artwork, you've gone from licensing just one piece to licensing 3 pieces, and now you're not just going to be selling t-shirts, you're going to be selling also shorts, for example. And this is the same for illustrations or main patterns. You can have a main pattern. For example, here I have creating a pattern out of my little turtles, and this is the main pattern, so this might go in the biggest part of the product, for example, in this little jacket. But if you have coordinating illustrations, they can be used for different accents of the same product or again to create different products. And clients that are looking at your art love this because they don't have to think so much, or they don't have to go and ask their in-house designers to rework the pattern to create some coordinates. Everything's ready and they're going to love it. And exactly how do I decide what to use for my mini collection? So first of all, I create my illustration or I create my main pattern. And then from that, I will extract little elements to create the coordinating patterns. So here you'll see that I use some of the lotus flowers and some of the foliage to create this little coordinate. And then I made a very, very simple coordinate that was not included in the main illustration or pattern, but I just drew little waves. And I invite you to use some of the elements you have already used. You've already drawn them, so now it's a matter of just reorganizing them and creating another simple repeat pattern, and maybe drawing another simple element to create something else that just brings something new into the collection. Just keep in mind that if you're licensing or selling the rights to this collection, because you're reusing elements in the different patterns, those elements cannot be sold or licensed to different clients exclusively because they are reused. So always keep them in a little group together so that you know that they have reused elements or shared elements among them. And if you want to learn the process of making artwork like this, how to assemble the patterns either in Procreate or in Photoshop, I'll leave the links to my classes in the description box. And I hope you really love this little trick because it's super, super simple, but it will amplify your portfolio. So now if you have 10 pieces in your portfolio, just go look at them, see how you can create some little simple coordinates, and that way 10 pieces will turn into 30. And this way you'll be making your portfolio way more appealing to clients. Or even if you create your own designs for a spoonflower, for example, people usually buy in collections. So if they're going to make a bag, they might want your main pattern But now that you offer coordinates for your patterns, then they might buy even more fabric because they're going to use it for the zipper pockets, for example, or for the straps, or for little accents. And this applies to any other product you're creating or selling art for. I hope this makes sense and that it changes the way you see your art from now on, but I am not the only one that has awesome tips for you and not the only one that loves to create collections for my artwork. Remember that I told you that I had teamed up with some awesome designers and educators? So hop on over to Lisa's channel. I'll leave the link in the comments section and also in a card somewhere up here. And she'll be telling you how to design collections with SEO and why people can't find your work online. She's a pro on making people find her work online, so make sure to check that out next. Be sure to like and subscribe all our channels because these friends are all such talented artists and educators and they can help you develop your career and your art. So follow and subscribe to our channels again. And remember to sign up to my newsletter because I have a ton of freebies there and I sent a monthly creative brief to my newsletter subscribers for free. So make sure to sign up for that and I'll see you soon. Bye!